You know, I challenged our kids about class and character. You talk about responding. I'm as proud of those guys and what they walked out there and did. And the circumstance, we had some mistakes early, shot ourselves in the foot, put those guys in the lead, and that's a good football team. And our defense just kept playing. Our offense, once we got the rhythm, we started scoring and moving the ball. Still had some opportunities out there that we left, but stayed aggressive in the game. I went from about a 26-yard first quarter to a 479-yard three quarters. But a lot of those young guys grew up. It was a tough, physical, hard football game. Guys knocked out, lose guys, certain numbers of backs down, whatever it may be. But that team stood up and competed. I'm extremely, extremely proud of those guys. Playing the next play, playing every play like it was their last, and competing in the game. And we didn't play well at times. We played real well at times. And but this team is a competitive team. I'm extremely proud of them. Extremely proud of them, and happy for the results in which we got. We got a lot of things we got to clean up. We know that, but still keeping being a work in progress. But really good. I thought defense was outstanding. Sean came in and gave us a great spark. We were able to run the football and got some backs hurt, so we had to lose our fullback too, Freddie, because he does so many things for us, and just tons of things that went on back and forth. But no matter what, they just kept next guy up and just kept playing and made plays. So extremely proud of them. Very tough game. NC State's a very good football team. Our defense is outstanding, putting pressure on their quarterback, and I thought we did this year. We got him on the ground. I think they're getting him on the ground and affecting him and not letting him run around and make plays. He's a heck of a player for them. So very proud of those guys. Questions?
Can you talk about the decision to change quarterbacks in the second quarter? Was that your decision? Or decision, or?
No, it was my decision, and all things are on my responsibility. I just, just a dynamic. He's in a bad rut. We thought we could give us a spark, and we talked about going in. If things didn't go well, that's what we were going to do. Had those guys prepared, and Sean didn't. That's not easy to do. To walk in there and do what he did and played an outstanding game and made the plays, and we got some rhythm on offense, and then we took off.
So you came into the game thinking that if it didn't go well early on, you'd be...
Well, yeah, you always have that, because I've had that with those two all year. If we didn't do the things we needed to do, and they'd had good practices, neither one of them had practiced badly, just some things we thought early we could get. We thought that Everett could give us a little better situation, but unfortunately he had a couple tough plays, and you can't turn the ball over like that, and he didn't mean to. And like I said, we had as many turnovers today we had all year. I think, but that's good. We rebounded back, and those guys see they can overcome those things, and again, thought Sean did a great job.
How did you react to finding out he wasn't going to start this week?
Who, Sean?
Yeah.
Good. We had tremendous. And we even talked that day, and come back the next day, and we talked again, expecting why, things. I spent a lot of time with that. I think that's extremely important. Open communication between people. You don't, it's not the old days of, Dad says so. It says so, but here's why. And here's why, and here's what I'm going to do, and here's what I'm going to need you to do. And that guy is a heck of a guy, and what he did, the maturity he showed to be able to be ready and go in there and do that.
Jimbo,
Outstanding.
What's it say about him, though? It's hard to lose a job after you started.
He didn't lose it, but he really didn't lose a job. It was just a skill set going into the game, and I thought he did a great job of earning the job today.
How do you assess the fight level of this team to be able to come back to the 5 turnovers?
I love him. The character. Really, it was 3, and then the fourth one was the one that got us. Down we got a missed block, and we had that one open for a touchdown. That gun, we've got some protection. We had it on a double move, and but I like the aggression. So, but the character of these guys is top notch. Again, I say this all the time. We've got great players. We've got better kids, and they did a heck of a job fighting and competing in this game.
Jimbo, not to single out one guy in defense because you guys had a lot of big contributions.
I would give me one. Sometimes I miss it, but who?
Well, Marcus Walker. After the game he had last year, he was not happy with the way he played against them last year.
What do you know?
To play the way he did today.
He's outstanding. But guys, he has been that way ever since camp started. He's been a leader. Football is important to him. His communication to me about teammates, leadership, things that go on in the team. This guy, it's his life. He loves playing football here and what it means to be a great player and a great teammate, and has a lot of pride in himself. He did an outstanding job.
It seemed like the defense, even though there was no way NC State was going to come back, it was important to them on that last.
Oh, exactly right. That's the pride. That's what we talk about. Every play. No matter what times in the game, there's no reason to take a play off. And you can't do that. They were outstanding in the game, and to hold him out of the end zone, it talks about the character.
Derwin James seems like he keeps building on every performance every week. What are you seeing of his evolution?
Getting better, making plays, and the thing he's doing too. Occasionally there'll be some things wrong because at safety there's so much going on you can't see, but he ends up making up for some things. But we see the physical abilities. But what I'm so happy about Derwin is there's less and less every week of mental mistakes, alignments, assignments, techniques, and there's so much going on, and we do so much with him because of his intelligence level. Man, you just see him growing as a player, and his confidence is coming through the script.
Jimbo, you've yet to mention the all-time leading rusher in school history.
Who's that? Who's that guy? Number 4 guy? He's not bad, is he?
Again, he comes out of the game limping and just when,
They said he tweaked his ankle and he went over and they worked on him a little bit and he comes back. Again, that guy, he's past tough. I don't know what, there's got to be another word past that now. I mean, but he just has a will to play and compete and to break a guy like, it was great. It's ironic that Warwick was here, but they just was in the locker room congratulating him and, and said, all those things to him. But the class of that guy, the toughness of that guy, the character of that guy, I mean, there may be, I don't know who's the best back in the country, but I wouldn't trade that one for nobody in America. But more importantly, his character and who he is as a person.
when you see him limp out of the game, I mean, it comes to the point where he comes back and he's usually better. I mean, so what do you think?
Certain guys have it. Certain guys have it. Certain guys have a drive to play. They have a will to play. And how did Michael Jordan go score 35 and he got the flu in 103 degree, and he can't walk off the court and plays on the court and they drag him to the sideline? I'm not saying he's Michael. I don't mean that. But certain guys have an it factor. Certain guys, it's important to them. It's important to them, so they find a way. And it's important to him. I mean, and he is just a tremendous, tremendous competitor in person. Tremendous.
After you have a quarter like you did in the first, is it reassuring to have a guy who can turn the momentum back your way?
That's what it takes. I always say this. In games, and I always talk about momentum is critical in games. Okay? We talk about the X and O's and why momentum changes, but momentum gets swung, and especially in pro sports and all sports, but college and high school, man, it's hard to swing it. And two things swing it. The other team just either screws it up bad or great players. Great players swing momentum. They go make a play. They go do something special that sets the tone and gives your team hope and gives them confidence, and you respond. And that's what he does for us.